buckle up your seatbelt because this is going to get confusing and interesting. Hello, what's up? I am Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time we've got some brand new Transformers Studio Series listings thanks to Walmart.com. Now, I have to make a point, these are just rumors. Some of the listings, they might be false or they might be incorrect, like some of them might be typos. So I just want to give a heads up, but a lot of these have me curious if they're true. So let's go ahead and start off with the first one that was mentioned, which is the Studio Series Grimlock, also known as the 86 Grimlock. Now, apparently this one also had, I think, WHA or something like that listed with it, and people are confused with that. I'm not going to look into that because I don't know exactly what that is, so I can't say for sure. Now, when I heard 86 Grimlock, a lot of people thought, oh, this is going to be like a 1986 version of Grimlock based on the old Transformers cartoon movie. And I thought, well, 86 could be just the number for it. Take, for example, number 55 in the Studio Series was Scavenger. I just assumed, okay, 86, that might be a new Grimlock, maybe a G1 Deco version of Grimlock. But that might not be the case because we've also got another listing for a Studio Series 86 Gnaw. And that's the point where I'm very confused because Gnaw was never featured in a Transformers movie. Maybe this is for an upcoming Transformers movie, but I feel like this is a little too early for that. So what I'm thinking is that Grimlock is going to be based on this cartoon look, and maybe Gnaw is going to fit in with that 86 scene. If you remember, there's a scene where Grimlock takes on a bunch of Sharkticons. Maybe it's going to reference that, and maybe it's going to be a packed thing that you can bring these two together and have Grimlock fighting them or something. I also want to make a point that Grimlock might come with Wheelie in a G1 Deco. If that's the case, if we're getting G1 decos of some of these Transformers figures, I would love to see a G1 version of Ratchet, Ironhide, and a couple of others. I think Starscream and Jazz would be cool because we had an exclusive Starscream and Jazz in the original cartoon deco. So that would be nice to see, but yeah, just very confusing. The rest of them, they kind of make sense. We've also got Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe, and I'm hoping this one is true because I totally missed out on the Dark of the Moon Sideswipe. It just was never around in my stores, and if I wanted to pay for it, I'd have to pay, I think it was $60 on Amazon, and I don't know why. But if there's a Revenge of the Fallen version of it, cool, awesome. I can't wait for that. I want to experience that mold. And hopefully the deco is a lot better. So obviously this would not be the convertible version of Sideswipe. Moving right along, we also have a leader class Grindor apparently in the works. Which, again, very confusing because Blackout already pretty much looks like Grindor. I guess this is going to be a darker color scheme. I know people are going to nitpick the specifics like, oh, Grindor is supposed to be larger than Blackout and stuff like that. And I'm just not sure if he necessarily is supposed to be. But the color scheme for the leader class Blackout that we already have is very similar to Grindor anyways, that I just don't feel like this is a necessary toy. But if they're making it, that's fine. It's interesting to note that if these are the case, then the leader class Grimlock, if it's a repaint, and the Blackout, the very first wave of Studio Series, is getting repaints. I also want to make a point that the Grindor also has RAV, which people are assuming is Ravage, and that'd be interesting. I kind of hope it is, because the original Blackout had Scorponok. The deluxe Soundwave that we're getting for Revenge of the Fallen is missing a Ravage, so to get a Ravage out of Grindor, I think that would be fine. It'd be kind of confusing because Grindor and Ravage never had a scene together, but to at least have those would be nice. Still hoping that eventually we could get a little tiny Frenzy at some point, but who knows. Anyways, moving right along, we also have, as I mentioned, Gnaw. I'm not going to talk too much about that because I already talked about that with Grimlock, except to say that I'm very curious about that. Maybe it's just going to be a G1 repaint, or Generations repaint, I should say, of the original Gnaw that they're just going to slap into the movieverse. And before anyone says, oh, they wouldn't do that, they kind of did that with the original movie toys. Take, for example, Big Daddy was just a repaint of Downshift from Transformers Cybertron, so maybe they could do something like that, or maybe it could be a whole new mold, or maybe it's for a new Transformers movie. I don't know. It's just a listing at this point. And then we also have, I should find the listing, we also have Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee and Sam. So Barricade could not come with a Frenzy, but apparently Bumblebee can come with the Sam. I'm going to assume that this is a repaint of the original Camaro version of Bumblebee that we recently got. It's probably going to have new chest pieces, and it's probably going to come with the Lil Sam Wiki. I'm very curious about that part, but I kind of want that. I really do, and it kind of reminds me of the Human Alliance toys. So maybe that makes sense, because the first Human Alliance figure was Bumblebee and Sam, so maybe it's a reference to that. And we also have Deluxe Class Jolt listed, which it's about time we got Jolt. I am super excited if that is true, because we definitely need a new version of Jolt. I love the original one, and the Dark of the Moon one is, it's kind of iffy, but to fit in Studio Series, I think it's about time we got Jolt. I mean, we got the RC sisters, let's bring in Jolt. And then moving right along, we also have another listing, which is kind of curious. So, I'm not exactly sure where this is coming from. We've got a movie 6 version of Bumblebee, which doesn't make too much sense to me. I imagine that movie 6 would be the Bumblebee movie, because originally every Bumblebee movie toy was listed as movie 6. Maybe this is the 6th film in the Michael Bay universe. I don't really know what's going on there, but MV6 Bumblebee apparently. And then we also have Dino. I am so hoping that we get Dino. Again, it's about time. I love Dark of the Moon. That's my favorite of the Transformers movie sequels. I know it's not perfect, but that's the one I like. And I want to complete that casting. I've got the STF Barrage, which is a third-party version of Dino. And I love that thing, but it doesn't really fit well with Studio Series. And to help finish off that Dark of the Moon cast, we certainly need Dino. We still need Q, aka Wheeljack, but we'll just have to wait and see. So what do you guys think? What are you excited for? Please comment below, let me know. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads. And I will see you guys next time.